Guess who's back? Back again. Mikey's back. Tell a friend. Hey everybody, here we are with another video for you guys today. We're going to be playing some retro 80s playback of NBA 2K23 on the Nintendo Switch. But before we go any further, let me just say, if you like this video or any of the videos on the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're a really big fan of the content, you can head over to Mikey J Productions and become a member. We have a great community we're building over there, and I'd love for you to be a part of it. But let's get into retro 80s playback of NBA 2K23 on the Nintendo Switch, Episode 7, after the intro coming in now.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
MJP!
I want
MJP!
I want my
MJP!
I want my
MJP!
Call your cable company and say I want my
MJP!
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started.
And here we are with our first game of the night. We have the Houston Rockets going into Chicago to face the Bulls. The Rockets come in with one of the worst records in the NBA, and the game starts with Jordan taking to the rack with a nice and one hoop, getting the foul on Calvin Murphy, and going to the line, try to get the old-fashioned three-point play. And sure enough, he knocks down the free throw. And Calvin Murphy's coming back as well with a nice drive to the hole as well. He had a good game for the Rockets in this one. And the end of the first quarter, the Rockets are actually up 22-17 on the Bulls. The start of the second quarter, John Paxson comes in and takes a nice drive to the hole, getting the layup over Akeem Olajuwon. Harvey Houston also coming in off the Bulls bench and taking to the rack with a nice and one. See if he can go to the line and complete the three-point play as well. Nice play by Harvey Houston there off the Bulls bench. And sure enough, he knocks down the free throw. And then Ralph Sampson says, "No soup for you." Check out this block by the big man. Just beating it off the backboard. Great play there. We go into halftime with the Rockets up 42-41.
Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. They stayed within arm's reach in that opening period. 5 points, their largest deficit. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Love to see a team grind for those offensive boards. They're doing the dirty work and converting those extra possessions into points. It's got to be demoralizing for the defense at this stage.
Looking at Chicago, Shaq, your thoughts?
This kind of defense won't cut it. You have to put yourself in a position to take shots. This means making the right reads and putting forth the effort. They've done neither, and the opponent is taking advantage.
We start the third quarter. Jordan comes in and takes a nice drive to the hole. Good play by his airness. And Jordan also taking it to the rack with a nice two-handed jam there. He really started to take over in the third quarter here. Another nice two-handed dunk by his airness. And here, let's take a look at this replay. Great dunk here. Pump jam by Aaron Jordan. Really started to establish his dominance here in the third quarter. And here's another good dunk by Jordan. And the Bulls go on a big run in the third quarter and up 71-59 over the Rockets. And then here's our State Farm assist of the game. And check out that play. And that was the N1 that Harvey Houston had. Good dime there. Good assist out of Craig Hodges. Good play for the Bulls bench in this game. And here comes Calvin Murphy getting another nice drive to the hole. Good play by him. And here is Air Jordan again. Let's take a look at this one. Great dunk by his airness. And Jordan, no surprise, was our New Balance player of the game. And he had another nice, strong outing. Helped get the victory for the Bulls. The Rockets were a tough matchup, surprisingly, in this game. The two twin towers of Hakeem Olajuwon and Ralph Sampson really provided some difficulties for Jordan, but he was able to get the victory nonetheless. Great game by his airness, making all the right plays when needed. And then here is George Gervin getting another nice play as well. And here is the play of the game. Jordan taking it to the rack. Look at that dunk. Houston was still had a chance. And that pretty much seals it for the Bulls. And this just continues to rub it in. And the Bulls would go on to win. Good game all around for the team. But Houston put up a good fight. It wasn't enough. And the Bulls went 94-84. Good victory at home for the Bulls. Let's take a look at the box score. Jordan had 52 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. Reggie Theus had 14 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists, and 1 steal. Harvey Houston had a big game off the Bulls bench with 12 points and 3 rebounds. Great game for him off the bench. George Gervin was solid with 10 points, 1 rebound, and 4 assists as well. John Paxson contributed some. Hakeem Olajuwon was the best player for the Rockets. Calvin Murphy also had a strong game for them. Ralph Sampson was pretty decent as well. But they couldn't get enough help from the rest of the Rockets players in this one. And our other games in the league, we see the Golden State Warriors getting the victory at home over the Toronto Raptors. The New Jersey Nets get the victory at home against Indiana Pacers. The Seattle Supersonics going to Charlotte and blow out the Charlotte Hornets. Spencer Haywood with a big game for them. And the Milwaukee Bucks go into Houston and get the victory over the Rockets. Sidney Moncrief leads them. The Boston Celtics blow out the Washington Wizards at home. And the Milwaukee Bucks go into Dallas and get the victory over the Mavericks. Good win for Milwaukee on the road in this one. And Seattle goes into Miami and gets the victory over the Heat. And the Golden State Warriors get the victory at home over the Philadelphia 76ers. Good game for them. The Los Angeles Lakers go into San Antonio and get the victory on the road against the Spurs. The Minnesota Timberwolves get the victory over the Charlotte Hornets. And the Utah Jazz get the big home victory over the Philadelphia 76ers. The Seattle Supersonics blow out the Washington Wizards in Washington. Good game for them. And the Atlanta Hawks get the good home victory over the Sacramento Kings. Dominique Wilkins has a big game for them. And the Utah Jazz go into Cleveland and blow out the Cavaliers. Good victory for them on the road. And then our next game of the day, we have the Detroit Pistons taking on the Boston Celtics in Boston. This is a big game for the Pistons, and it starts out strong. Mikey J taking it to the rack. Nice two-handed jam by him. And here comes Mikey J taking it to the rack strong again with another nice two-handed jam. And here comes Isaiah Thomas with a nice drive. Isaiah really started this game strong for the Pistons. And there we go at the end of the first quarter. The Pistons up in Boston, out to a good strong start, 27-11 over the Celtics, taking it to them in Boston. And the start of the second quarter, look at this rejection here. Great defense coming alive for the Boston Celtics. Kevin McHale with the nice block on Isaiah Thomas. Good play for the Celtics. And then here comes Larry Bird with the nice drive to the hole. Bird ended up having a good game for the Celtics. And here comes Isaiah taking it to the rack nice strong with the one-handed jam. And we go into halftime with the Pistons up 56-46 over the Boston Celtics.
Detroit finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They lead by 11. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
They're playing with speed, pushing the ball off turnovers and long rebounds, running every chance they get. Because we all know scoring on the break is so much easier than finding open shots in the half court.
Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
Well, they have to improve their defense. Guys were getting burned on the perimeter. They wouldn't put a hand up, as my man used to say, hand down, man down. Oh, you got to get in some help. That pretty much covers everything, Ernie. Shot. You think they played their best?
No way, no way.
Then start the third quarter, Dennis Johnson for the Celtics takes the ball to the rack pretty strong, gets the good play, and here comes Mikey J answering back. Another nice two-handed jam for him. And look at this rejection here. And we end the third quarter with the Celtics making a charge, but Detroit is still up by 5, 70-65 over Boston. And here is the State Farm assist of the game. Look at that play. Nice read and good lay-in by Kelly Tripucka. And that is our State Farm assist of the game. Good play all around for the Pistons. And here comes Dennis Johnson. He had a strong second half for the Celtics. Really came alive after getting dominated by Zeke in the first half. And here is the sequence of the game where Boston gets only down by 1. Detroit gets the ball in, takes it down. Isaiah takes it to the rack, and he misses the layup. Dennis Johnson gets the rebound, and then passes it to Larry Bird, who takes stop and pops, gets the wide open 3, and the Celtics go on to take the lead. Later, Bird hits another big 3 for the Celtics, and that would close the deal, and Dennis Johnson gets the New Balance Player of the Game for the Boston Celtics. He had a huge second half. Came alive after getting dominated by Isaiah Thomas in the first half. Just had a huge second half to help, lead the Celtics to the big comeback victory at home against this undefeated Pistons team. And just a great game all around for the Boston Celtics. You got to give them credit. They are the defending champions, and they showed it in this game, winning 95-80 over the undefeated Pistons. And here's the box score. Larry Bird had 30 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Good game out of him. Hit some big threes down the stretch. Dennis Johnson had a huge second half with 28 points, 3 rebounds, and 11 assists. Jerry Seasting had a big game off the bench. Kevin McHale was decent. Robert Parrish was decent as well. And then for the Pistons, Mikey J had a big game, 32, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. But it wasn't enough. Isaiah Thomas also had a big game with 28, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Kelly Tripucka was nowhere to be found much in this game, as were the rest of the Pistons. They really struggled against the Boston defense in this one. And elsewhere in the NBA, the Lakers blow out the Rockets at home. Big game for them. The 76ers lose on the road in Minnesota. Big victory for the Timberwolves at home. And the Portland Trail Blazers get the victory over the Miami Heat at home. Good game for them. And the Milwaukee Bucks get the big home victory over the Utah Jazz. Daryl Griffith leads the way for them. And the New Jersey Nets go into Orlando and get the big road victory. And the Phoenix Suns go into the Los Angeles Clippers and get the big victory at home for them. And the Los Angeles Lakers go into Minnesota and put the hammer down on the Timberwolves. The Utah Jazz get the home victory over the San Antonio Spurs. Adrian Dantley leads the way for the Jazz in this one. Good win for them. And the Golden State Warriors get the victory on the road against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Big game for them. And the Philadelphia 76ers get the big home victory over the Portland Trail Blazers. The Atlanta Hawks get the victory at home over the Milwaukee Bucks. And the Bullsquirts go into New York and beat the Knicks. And Indiana loses on the road to the Memphis Grizzlies. And then our final game of the day, we have the Bullsquirts going into Detroit to face off against the Pistons. And here comes Isaiah Thomas starting the game off strong. Nice play by him. And here Isaiah gets blocked by Bob Love. Good play by Bob Love, getting the rejection on Zeke. And the Pistons are still coming strong. Mikey J takes it to the rack. Nice big one-handed jam. Good play out of him. And we end the first quarter with the Bullsquirts giving the Pistons a close one in Detroit, 22-21. To start the second quarter with Gene Banks taking it to the hole. Nice drive by him. And we go into halftime with Detroit up 42-35 over the Bullsquirts at home.
It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. They stayed within arm's reach in that opening period. 5 points, their largest deficit. And they had their fingerprints all over that second quarter, coming back from a deficit and building a 7-point lead. Taking a look at the Pistons, Shaq, what did you think?
Well, they've shown a lot of discipline at the offensive end. It's not about getting big shots, it's about getting good shots. And if you want to know how that approach is working, just check out their field goal percentage.
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about the visiting team?
Well, they have to improve their defense. Guys were getting burned on the perimeter. Put a hand up, as my man used to say, hand down, man down. Oh, you got to get him some help. That pretty much covers everything. Shot. You think they played their best?
No way, no way.
At the start of the third quarter, Isaiah Thomas takes the ball to the rack with a nice land. Good play for Zeke. And here, look at this rejection by Bill Laimbeer, just cupping it. Says, get it out of here. I want that ball. It is mine. Great play by Bill Laimbeer on the defensive end. Just great play by the big man. Great rejection. And we end the third quarter. The Pistons out in front of the Bullsquirts, 62-45 at home. In the fourth quarter, look at this. Another nice drive by Zeke in this one. And here comes Isaiah Thomas again, taking it to the rack strong with a nice one-handed jam by the little man. And here comes Mikey J. Another nice two-handed jam by him. And our New Balance player of the game, and this one was Isaiah Thomas. And coming in after the loss in Boston, wanted to help reassert the dominance here. And Zeke came through for the Pistons big in this game, finding the open man, scoring, whatever he had to do to get the victory. Great game by him all around. And the Pistons would go on to win, going away against the Bullsquirts. Nice game all around for this team after the loss in Boston, 87-69 over the Bullsquirts. And let's take a look at the box scores. Isaiah Thomas had a huge game with 34 points, 4 assists, 1 steal. Mikey J was also strong with 33 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 steal. Vinny Johnson had 8 points off the Pistons bench. Not quite his average, but still pretty decent. Keller Trabuca struggled in this game and has continued to struggle the last few games for the Pistons, unfortunately. Bill Laimbeer pulled down 13 rebounds, and that one huge block that we saw. DJ Deck didn't get much done off the bench for the Pistons, unfortunately. And then for the Bullsquirts, Jerry Sloan had 23 points and 2 assists. Kyle Macy had a decent game with 13 points. Artis Gilmore put in 10 points and 12 rebounds, but they really needed more out of him, and they didn't get it in this one. Sidney Green had 10 points. Bob Love had 7 points and 6 rebounds. Really needed more out of him, and the same for Gene Banks. Elsewhere in the league, we have the Denver Nuggets beating the Lakers at home. Big win for the Nuggets at home. And we have the Clippers beating the Seattle Supersonics at home. Big matchup of the Pacific Division here. Good win for the Clippers at home. And we have the Washington Bullets getting the home victory over the Portland Trailblazers. Good victory for them. And we have the New Jersey Nets going into Houston and getting the victory. And then here, let's take a look at our NBA All-Stars as of right now. And still absent for the Eastern Conference is Mikey J. He is getting snubbed at this point, which is really surprising. And given the season that Michael Jordan's having, I'm surprised Julius Erving is leading him in the in the voting. That's quite shocking. We'll have to pay attention to that. And then let's take a look at our award races. Right now, Michael Jordan is the front runner for the MVP, followed by Spencer Haywood, and Dr. J is in third, and followed by Magic Johnson and Dominique Wilkins, making the top 5 MVP candidates as of right now. Our Rookie of the Year, Michael Jordan, is running away with this award. I don't know how he can't win it at this point. Just absolutely dominant. And our Sixth Man of the Year, Charlie Scott for the Phoenix Suns, is the front runner. But Vinnie Johnson's hanging in there as well, putting in good work for the Pistons. You know, hopefully he can maybe get a run at it. And our Defensive Player of the Year, Michael Ray Richardson, surprisingly leading all voters. Michael Jordan is in second for Defensive Player of the Year, which is a little surprising, I gotta say, but let's see if he can continue that play. And then let's look at the standings. You know, the Pistons got the loss in Boston, so they're no longer undefeated, but they're still leading the Central Division at 11-1, followed by the Bulls right on their heels at 8-2. And then in the Southeast Division, the Miami Heat and Atlanta Hawks are tied at 7-6 for this division crown. Close race going on here between those two teams. And then in the Atlantic Division, we have a close race between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Boston Celtics, with the 76ers with a 9-6 record. In the Pacific Division, the Lakers are 12-2, and the Clippers are 7-2, and the Suns are 7-4, and the Golden State Warriors are 7-4. So we've got a strong division going on there. In the Northwest Division, the Denver Nuggets are out to a good lead at 12-3 record. In the Southwest Division, we got the San Antonio Spurs, Bullsquirts, and Dallas Mavericks all in contention here. In our NBA power rankings, the Los Angeles Lakers are number 1, followed by the Pistons and the Bulls in third. And here is a look at our league leaders in scoring. We got Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins, Nate Tiny Archibald, Mikey J, and Nate Thurman, and Dr. J, Jeff Malone, Bernard King, Spencer Haywood, and Bob McAdoo. And then rebound, we got Nate Thurman, Spencer Haywood, Moses Malone, Buck Williams, Bob McAdoo, Hakeem Olajuwon, Charles Barkley, Kevin McHale, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Artis Gilmore. And then for assists, we have John Stockton's taking the lead in the assists over Magic Johnson. The Magic is in second. Fat Lever's down in third. Nate Tiny Archibald, Dennis Johnson, who we've seen tonight play, Doc Rivers, Derek Harper, Michael Ray Richardson, Sleepy Floyd, and the other Dennis Johnson from Phoenix. And then for steals, we have Austin Carr, Otis Birdsong, Maurice Cheeks, the other Otis Birdsong, CJ Watson, who shouldn't be in the league, Eddie Jones, who shouldn't be in the league, Dr. J, Calvin Murphy, Michael Ray Richardson. And here, let's take a look at blocks. We have Artis Gilmore, Mark Eaton, Hakeem Olajuwon, Nate Thurmond, Robert Parrish, and Michael Ray Richardson as a guard, Ralph Sampson, and Louis Dampier as a guard. And our next week on the show, we have the Chicago Bulls going into LA to face off against the Showtime Lakers. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you next week, everyone.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, we got merch store. If you want to take a little piece of the show with you, you can get it right here. We got everything. You want some Mikey J stuff? We got the Mikey J Productions for you. So take a chance and stop by. We'll take care of you.